hand it back to Mr. MC, Mr. Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to 3 5-minute rounds in the ACB Bantamweight division. Please welcome for the blue corner, fighting for Brazil, Nilton, Gavião.
Sombratinho, equipe top do RS, a guerra é monstra, mestre Rafael Sombra, brigadeiro jiu-jitsu, eu sou seu mestre.
So here he comes, Nilton Gavião. 6-2 record, 3 of those wins are by finish. 2 KO, TKOs and 1 sub. The only losses are by decision. So a tough fighter. 3rd fight of 2017 and last fought back in September. Got the first round armbar finish, beautiful finish there, set it up so nicely. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really where he's at. Found a lot of his success, but he's going up against a very tough opponent for this. But that's one thing he does have, is his supremely active guards, constantly threatening, looking to transition into triangles, arm bars, sweeps. Very high level BJJ player, but a good striker as well. One thing he certainly needs to work out, and we saw this last time we were looking back at his fights, was his entries for takedowns. Sometimes overreaches, leaves himself exposed, and that's when he gets caught. So we'll see if he's made adjustments from his last fights into this one.
And that's an easy adjustment to try to make. Just sit there and go, look, the timing on when you throw your takedown, as you enter, where you go, and make sure you just, hey, you know, if you're not only technically learning it, but the repercussions of making that mistake usually teach you in itself.
So he's in the cage. Let's welcome his opponent. Let's hand it back to Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, also fighting for Brazil, Farias.
So here he comes, Farias. Now you're in for an absolute treat. He's come out with a hoodie on, but this man has some of the best hair in MMA. I'm going to be honest, don't be offended, Mr. Mia.
That's all right.
But alongside a fantastic mop of hair, he also has a skill set which is very, very difficult to handle. He's a 7-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion at black belt level. That says enough as far as a threatening, dangerous sort of set of skills, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also he's showing that at this point in his game, you know, a couple bumps early on in his career, making that adjustment, because it is still a different game, but he has that foundation, and it's all about just making those slight adjustments. It's a very similar sport. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to MMA. There are commonalities between the two, but again, they're not exactly the same. And once you can make those fine transitions of going, okay, instead of holding the sleeve here, I have the wrist control. Instead of this setup, I use that setup to make those adjustments so that all your abilities that he's honed over 7 world championships that he possesses can now be utilized here in MMA.
Now he's entered the cage.
He does have nice hair.
He does have nice hair, doesn't he? Speaking of nice hair, let's hand it back to Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds in the ACB Bantamweight division. Introducing first the fighter on my right. He fights out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 175 centimeters tall, weighing in at 61.7 kilos. His record, 6 wins, only 2 defeats. Fighting out of Gavião, Brazil, Nilton Gavião. And now his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, standing 167 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 61.7 kilos with a record of 5 wins and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Manaus, Brazil, Farias. Your referee when the action begins, Fernando Portello.
So we're set for this bantamweight bout. Nilton Gavião in the blue corner with Farias in the red. Farias coming off the back of his first ever KO loss. That was back in February of 2017. A flying knee finish in just 19 seconds. So having to readjust to that, but good to see a fighter, especially when... Oh, there we go, big shots. Good to see a fighter taking enough time to recover properly from such a devastating knockout.
Yeah, nice 1-2 coming there from Gavião, but Farias firing right back afterwards. Ooh.
Gavião's got some power on him as well. Oh, might get for the guillotine. Oh my goodness, if he gets this finish against the 7-time jiu-jitsu champion.
He's got his hip on the right side. Yep.
Now this is the world of Ari Farias.
You know what I like about that? Is that he went for it. Look, a move's a move. The right move works at the right time. And too many guys fall into this stigma. They're like, oh, well, don't go that. You're you and your abilities. You can't catch him at that. I'm like, really? I've seen Dan Henderson get thrown by a jiu-jitsu guy. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen high-level boxers get knocked. Just because you're very good at something doesn't mean that if you make a mistake that the move can't be capitalized on. So it's very bad there to handcuff yourself, which Farias did not do that, which I'm happy that he has that mindset. And here, though, he's in trouble. He's mounted, arms up high.
Farias' move to mount, that was so slick. That shows the level of jiu-jitsu we're talking about. And that powerful shots coming in on the side. Looked like he was working, when he went to high mount, looked like he might be looking for a mounted triangle, but very good to see him reset, just regain the position and work from there.
And I like the low mount that he's doing right now. His hips came up again. That's so he can get his knees in there. It's easier to start going for submissions as you rise your knees up. He's kind of in a midpoint right now. This position here, grapevine the legs, Saturday Night Ride, hips down. This makes it very hard for the opponent on bottom to buck you and roll you over. So this is a very good controlling mount. And really the only submissions you have available to you in this point is a head and arm, which is what he's doing right now.
He's moving that left arm up, yes.
There.
Trying to bury his head down to the canvas and raise that hand up and over. He might have it here.
Yep.
Look at this.
All right.
And then, oh my goodness, that transition, this could be it.
Well, now he needs to jump off the side.
There's a leg battle going on, you can see that now.
But I think he's opting to keep the mount. I find that it's not as easy to choke someone from there. If he would kick his legs over, and that's why he almost got reversed, actually. As Ari went for the up roll, because he was mounted, he might have gotten rolled over. But excuse me, sorry, I'm reversing. As Nilton was going for the up roll, Ari was able to then make that adjustment that not lose the mount.
Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Great jiu-jitsu on display here, but also defensively from Nilton Gavião to survive that head and arm, to time that movement where he just bucked to get enough space to release that. But
well, now they're actually, if he wanted to, Nilton also.
Oh, he sits up now.
Hey, just turn the corner. Oh, he got his arm trapped though.
Oh, no, there we go. He locks his hands.
And if this was a gi right now, this is just the different intricacies right now.
Yes, collared.
Farias would already have the fight finished right now.
Yes.
Where he's at, would be able to control the lapel, having one arm completely nullified like that, 2-on-1. But because it's not, he also doesn't realize that his hand can strike.
Oh, look at this. He used that to set up this rear naked choke.
He's on there.
Let's see. Bulldog choke, mate. Oh, my goodness. That's right under the chin. Nilton Gavião, the survival.
Nilton's a tough guy. Wow. He fought that out.
Wow. How has he survived that?
That was super tight.
Oh, that's a great... Oh, flying knee!
It barely missed.
24 seconds left.
What a spinning... He saw the spin side kick though to the body before that.
And then followed it with that flying knee. Nilton Gavião has got no quit in him. He's not out of this fight whatsoever. He has been in trouble. What I loved about that was when he was in deep trouble with the omoplata, he was looking straight at his corner, followed the instructions of his jiu-jitsu coach, and defending properly, being patient.
And that choke was real deep.
There we go. I believe that's the girlfriend there of Ari Farias. It's not easy being the girlfriend or wife of a fighter, I imagine.
I don't know. I never had to be one.
Good answer, Mr. Mir. Good answer.
No, come on. There, great guillotine there attempt by Nilton.
And this is the head. This is deep.
It was deep. Good timing on being able to get it down.
Perfect timing.
And was able to get the elbow down over the other side.
You could actually see from that camera angle that the gap that it made. But then look at this rolling straight into that omoplata.
Yeah, good defense there for Nilton, able to get his hips up and go over. He got caught there, still in there, and really, the choke was very good and very close. But by holding omoplata, you're almost basically in a crucifix position.
Yeah.
If Ari wanted to, he probably could have rained down some elbows to really turn, in his favor there. And couldn't even get a referee stoppage. And then that flying knee there at the end by Nilton. I mean, 2 inches to the side, moreover, and gonna have a bad night.
So we're set for round number 2 here. Nilton Gavião in the blue corner. Areia Farias in the red. And that'll be a great confidence boost for Nilton Gavião to survive those attacks early on in the fight, because like you said, spinning back fist from Areia. But to survive those attacks when they're dry, when it's early in the fight, because as they get sweatier.
Yeah, and that head and arm, I mean, by Farias was tight, man. It was going on there. I don't think he abandoned the mount soon enough to get his chest down, because the upper body, he worked for it properly. I mean, obviously.
That's nice. Beautiful. Look how he took that back.
He hit a duck under, took the back.
Put that hooks in so well. Athletic.
If he gets the rear naked choke with hooks in, that's going to be a very dangerous position for Nilton to be in. Before, with the omoplata rear naked choke, that's harder to pull off. And then to switch over to the bulldog, if he would have palm to palm, maybe. But I mean, because the body's not locked up as efficiently. See here, that's.
Look at this, that's under the chin. Oh, that's his 7-time Brazilian world champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion on your neck. Wow, that's it. And it was all from the way he took that back. He ducked under that punch. I was about to say he's going back in straight lines. Maybe he'll be open for another flying knee or another spinning attack, but he timed it beautifully, took the back, and then once he got the hooks, and you said it, he was in deep trouble, Gavião.
Yeah, at that point, the ability that Nilton was able to get out of that one before was because it wasn't exactly a phenomenal body position that he had. To lock up the choke, you want to stabilize the body, and that's why even inside the guard or having the back with both hooks put in, make it to where the choke is that much more effective because I'm controlling. There he threw a spin back knuckle, and overhand right, transition right to a duck under, and threw that far hook in to sink both hooks. And really, at that moment, Nilton, most guys are going to be in trouble in this position. Having Farias on your back, world champion of that, caliber. And guess what? This move works the same whether it's gi, no gi, or MMA.
Yes.
The rear naked choke.
That's a rear naked choke finish. The standout performance there from Areia Farias. Made so by such a game opponent. Nilton Gavião went through the mill in that first round, survived some real deep submissions, but eventually succumbed to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu of Areia Farias.
Let's make it. Round, or the end of the first round, really, I thought would give a lot of psychological advantage, like you called it, going in there. That he avoided those submissions while he was still, dry. Man, that was really something for him to be able to then stick it back on him.
Come on, let's get a close-up on that hair. Let's hand it back to Mr. Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fernando Portillo stops his fight at 117, round number 2. Your winner by tap out to the rear naked choke, Ari Farias.
So there we go, Ari Farias. Taking the shortcut out of the cage. There he is with David Ramos. And now heading to his friends and family. Oh, there you go. Fantastic performance, wonderful finish there from the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Sinking that in deep, finally getting the tap.
Again, having that body locked up and secured was just the difference. It was super tight and super close in that first exchange, but off of the omoplata. But there with the hooks put in, he had the body triangle. There was no escape there for Nilton.
No escape whatsoever.